Ciara. Thanks very much for the opportunity to speak on this very important motion today. Before I begin, I'd want to place on the record of the House my deep disappointment and concern that the decision to appeal this ruling took so long and to be agreed upon by the government. In my opinion, it should not have required a media circus and a number of days of political turmoil in order to make a decision which is in the best interest of this country. First of all, from the outset, I wish to state that I will be supporting the government's motion to appeal the European Commission's decision. I do so, and I believe that the government needs to defend the integrity of Irish revenue, as it did nothing wrong and did not break any laws. I also believe that, as a sovereign nation, we need to ensure that the European Commission does not begin to try and interfere in taxation policies on any EU member states. Quite simply, I believe that the European Commission's finding was wrong. As the records show, the full amount of tax which Apple owed to Ireland was paid in full and no state aid was provided. Ireland did not give favourable tax treatment to Apple, and we did not do any deals with the taxpayers. Judging by the contradictions on the day of the ruling, the European Commission seemed to want Ireland to police international taxation whilst also collecting tax which may be by then obtained from Ireland by other EU member states at a later date. This is simply not acceptable, and it sets a dangerous precedent. We must fight this finding in the European courts in order to protect Ireland's international reputation as a place to invest in. Whilst there is a bigger debate ongoing about international tax avoidance, I believe that the day of big corporations getting away with tax avoidance in EU has changed. I say this because Ireland, as a founder member of the OECD, has been at the forefront of international tax reform. Ireland has been an early mover in implementing the OECD base erosion and profit shifting BEPS projects, which have been participating fully in important reforms at EU level through the recent Anti-Tax Avoidance Directive. These changes in taxation are widely recognised as being of the highest international standards. In fact, these changes have already resulted in Ireland taking in more corporation tax in 2014 and 15 than in any previous years. Ireland is also a strong supporter of tax transparency and administrative cooperation, which are key to tackling the global problems of tax avoidance and aggressive tax planning. Whilst I have no problem saying that Apple may owe this 16 billion in taxes in some other countries, it certainly does not owe it to us. To say is ridiculous. In the wake of the European Commission's ruling on Apple, there has been much talk about Ireland's corporate tax rate and how the European Union may be targeting our 12.5% in the long term. I want to be very clear on this issue. Our 12.5 rate is not up for negotiations, and the European Commission need to realise this. Ireland's 12.5 corporate tax rate is essential for jobs in this country. For example, in my constituency of County Sligo and Leitrim, it has enabled major inward investment for world-leading companies such as Abbott, Abvui, Masonite, Glaxo, SmithKline, Vistamed, Pfizer, and many other large multinational companies who employ thousands of people. I don't think people employed in these industries in Sligo or Leitrim would welcome the counter-motion offered by Sinn Féin today, which would put these jobs in real danger. As long as Fine Gael and any party who supports job creation in this country are in government, I can assure you that this 12.5% rate will remain in place, and we will ensure that Ireland remains attractive for foreign direct investment. To conclude, we need to appeal this decision, and we need to defend the integrity of our revenue system. We need to restore our reputation internationally, which has been damaged by this ruling. And we need to ensure the EU does not begin to have any say in a EU member states' taxation policies or laws. And we need to be able to continue to attract FDI into Ireland. Gormagat.